Well, I'm Mauricio Sierra. Today I'm going to talk to you about the problem I select for this topic, which is everything that is wrong with education. To talk about this important task, we first need to think about when was public education or the education system we know nowadays created. So for this, we need first to come to the Industrial Revolution. We need to come to these years in which machines start working and rich people needed persons who can operate these machines, know about math to fix them, know that stuff. So that's when all these rich people with the government start investing in different countries for education to create workers that could help them in the fabrics. So we can say that the main idea or the main objective of education in that times was to create this community in which they can create people that will be capable to work in their fabrics in next years when they grow up. So what is the problem or where is this taking us to? We need to see the three main problems of education nowadays. The first one that I think it's one of the most important here in Mexico is teachers. Okay, you may say that there are a lot of good teachers that you have known. Yeah, but many of the people who see this video right now are people who had the opportunity to study in a private school. But many teachers in public schools, in public high schools, all that stuff, are people that didn't study to be teachers, are people that study an engineering career, an economics career, and that didn't have success in this career, so they came back to give classes to keep their life and still earning money. So we can say that a lot of people who are nowadays teachers, they don't feel the passion for education. They just feel the need to have a job, so they come and give classes. A second important thing is information. Nowadays, school has not the same information as internet. Years ago, like 2010, if you wanted to know where the Disney was created, you should go to a library and investigate a little bit, read a little bit about Disney. If you want to know how to cook, if you wanted to know how to cook, well, you go for a book of recipes to learn how to cook. So now information is just too easy access to us. If you want to know everything of this, you just Google it. If a kid wants to know how many atoms does a chemistry compound has, he just gotta Google it. He doesn't have to make it. So what I'm talking about is nowadays the education system should make kids or the new students teach them how to investigate or to learn by themselves, because information is now there. Everybody has this access to information. And the third point that I think it's the most concerning about the education system is the goal it is looking for. How I'm talking about the goal? Yeah, AC. I was talking about how education was created by people who want the students that in the future work in a fabric, manage accounts, the machines, and all that stuff. But education is the only thing that hasn't updated in the last 20 years. Computers have updated. Electrodomestics have updated. New ways of life have updated. The world itself has updated, but the education system hasn't changed. So it's something that makes us have very big problems. There's some data about a study made by Maria Shelley, I think it was his name. She presented this study in Monterrey, in which 20 years ago, the top three goals that that any business looked in its new workers was that they were good at math, They were very good in reading comprehension and very disciplined. But nowadays, the top three priorities that a business is looking in kids, well, not in kids, in the next people who will be working with them, it's leadership. That they could be the leaders of the group they are going to be capable of managing. Second one, that they are very, very, very good at learning new stuff quickly. If you are a programmer and then it comes a new language of programming, you need to learn that new language of programming, all that stuff, that you be a very good and quicker learner. And the last one is that these type of people start knowing how to negotiate. So tell me, of these three characteristics of education, how many are taught in a normal school here in Mexico? Neither. No, they don't teach anything like this. And to finish, talking about solutions or possible changes, I like the example of Montessori or of Acton Academy. Montessori was a philosopher of education that taught that if you give the correct environment to kid, he will have these opportunities to grow itself, to learn, to think, and to start learning by itself. In Acton Academy, it's a new type of school that has been growing a lot in the United States, in which kids learn by their computers. They don't have teachers. They just have a guide that helps them with some questions, give advices, but never teach, never explains. They also get to have a lot of projects about human normal life, like making their own business, going to sell candies, to start learning about life, in which they have acquired, the kids, very good stuff. They are very good negotiators, very good leaders, and the most important, they can learn by themselves. So I think this is the new school, the new evolution. These new models will be like the things that will solve our problems nowadays, and that's all.